sat down and he said it's cancer. And I couldn't even breathe. Like, it was just such difficult news to get. And then I also had to think, well, I'm pregnant, so what does that mean, There was a very small window where I felt like a normal pregnant woman,
When they had said that the lump in my neck had to come out, I was 20 weeks pregnant. We went in for the surgery and, you're all geared up, and then they have to tell you, there's a chance you'll miscarry.
I remember the day I was diagnosed was Friday the 19th of September. I think everybody remembers their day. So my initial reaction was, I assume this is just a lumpectomy when the baby's born and then everything is fine. But very quickly, the surgeon said, we're going to need to do a mastectomy next week. It's really difficult, especially when at the same time you're gearing up for the happiest day of your life and having your first baby.
Within 6 weeks after he was born, it was back into the hospital and back on chemo again. I had done my job, but I couldn't do the best part of it. I couldn't look after him, I couldn't do the night feeds, I couldn't change him. And there was just all this time I felt that was lost, which, I found really, really tough.
I remember one day being so sick and my mum came in to the room and gave me Rory to hold, and he was only a couple of weeks old, and my arms were so sore and tired I couldn't hold him. It did keep popping into my head that this is meant to be my maternity leave and that's my baby. I'm meant to be the one looking after him, and I couldn't.
My chemo was in fortnightly cycles, and for the entire second week I was pretty much bedbound and being very jealous of all the other new parents who were just out doing normal things like bringing their little baby out for walks and stuff like that. I felt like it robbed me of a lot of the ability that I would have had for bonding with her normally. You don't know at the time if your absence for, hospital appointments and stuff like that is going to have a lasting effect on her.
As soon as Cillian was born, I was on maternity leave, and we realised that there was no way for me to not take my maternity leave or to defer my maternity leave. I had surgery to have both my breasts removed. I had, months of chemo, and that was how I spent my 6 months of my maternity leave.
I'm on chemotherapy. I assume I defer my maternity leave because it will be sickness leave. It transpired that wasn't the case. There was no mechanism for a woman in Ireland to defer your maternity leave for illness.
If it had been the other way around, and that I had my maternity leave to look forward to at the end, that would have been such a light at the end of the tunnel, like something to really look forward to.
If my baby was sick, I could have deferred my maternity leave. If my husband was sick, he could defer his paternity leave. It just struck me as absolute cruelty that in Ireland that I wouldn't be afforded that same right.
Absolutely, this law needs to be changed. This Leave Our Leave campaign that the Irish Cancer Society is running is so powerful. We need, politicians to see that this is in their power to change. It's such a simple change, but it's such an urgent change. It's something that has to happen, right now.
So it's really frustrating that nothing has happened to change this yet. I would say to anybody who can, just spread awareness, because it is a horrible road to have to walk.
To get that letter that, you're denied the most basic thing of deferring your maternity leave and going through your chemo like everybody else, you're actually at a further disadvantage. It's really a kick in the face when you're down in a time when you need support, and I just think it's time to stop.